Hi guys, welcome back to Codemaster Coach, your medical coding tutor. Guys, we're on day 7 of our February CPC review and my most asked questions of me on YouTube. Alright, I think I'm stirring up a little bit of a commotion as far as when the coding program is starting. And students have asked me yesterday, well, how can I get started with your program? And I guess my response right now is I do have a completely online medical terminology class. Now that medical terminology class is 12 weeks long. My courses are a little long, I think, compared to most other programs, and it's because I feel like there's so much information I need to get out there, and I try to get it all out. It's completely online, but I do reach out to students along the way to see if they have any questions or if they want to join me so we could do face-to-face interaction as you're learning your terms. So the course is completely online. It is self-paced. You can do it at your own on your own time, but I do reach out every blue moon and I ask that you touch base with me to let me know how things are going. That course, the address will be found in the description box. It is the first course of my program, and it must be taken before you start Medical Coding Level 1, which is the first course in the program. All right, so on that note, I'll give you a quick glimpse of the web address for the medical terminology class, and then let's get started on today's questions. I have 3 today. All right, first things first. First, let me show you the web address for the medical terminology. It is https://school.thinkific.com/courses/codemastercoach/s-s.learning. You guys pause this .medical.terminology to get that address for the medical terminology course. And again, I will have it in the description box below. All right, now for today's question. All right, guys, yesterday, our 2 questions were, 1, patient is found at home in a hypoglycemic coma. Patient had never been diagnosed as being diabetic. Y'all, that last sentence, patient had never been diagnosed as being diabetic, is key to this situation. Why? Because you will not code this under diabetes. You will go straight to hypoglycemia or hypoglycemic and in coma to identify that. Your choices were, is it E11641? That's type 2 diabetes with hypoglycemic coma. E15? C is E10. That's type 1 diabetes with hypoglycemic coma. And E16 too. Y'all, the answer was B. You just go to hypoglycemia in your alphabetic index and then coma. And it's letter B. It is E15 because this patient does not have diabetes. So you would not code this within the diabetes main term. Just go to hypoglycemia. All right, I hope you guys got that one right. And the second one on yesterday, we said that a patient is admitted to the hospital for treatment of dehydration following chemotherapy as treatment for ovarian cancer. Guys, again, what your key is, what is your patient coming in for? And it clearly states, patient is admitted for treatment of dehydration. So your codes here says, A says E86.0, C56.9, or C56.9, E86.0, or Z51.11. Notice if they're being admitted for dehydration, dehydration is E86.0. So you already know right now what your answer is, dehydration. The only one that started with E86.0 is A. So A is the only one that could be the right answer. It clearly states patient was admitted for treatment of dehydration. Okay? The ovarian cancer is the C56.9. So right there, look up dehydration, get that code, and then on your table of neoplasms, go to ovary, malignant, and primary to get your ovarian cancer code. All right, I hope you guys got that one. Today, 3 questions for you. The first one, 67-year-old man is admitted with acute dehydration, secondary to nausea and vomiting that is due to acute gastroenteritis. He is treated for dehydration. Think about what we did today. So you already know which one is your first code. However, two of these start with it. A is R11.2, E86.0, K52.9, or is it E86.0, R11.2, or is it C, K52.9, R11.2, E86.0, or is it D, E86.0 and K52.9? All right, again, the question is, 67-year-old man is admitted with acute dehydration secondary to nausea and vomiting that is due to acute gastroenteritis. He is treated for dehydration. All right, your next question. How often does CMS release updates for HCPC Level 2 codes? How often does CMS release updates for HCPC Level 2 codes? Is it monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually? And I threw one more in because that wasn't actually a coding, and we're talking medical terminology. My question is, the term pneumomediastinum describes what condition? Is it inflammation of the mediastinum, puncture of the alveoli of the lung, presence of a cyst or tumor in the mediastinum, or presence of air in the mediastinum? The term pneumomediastinum describes what condition? Because guys, as coders, we need to be familiar with these medical terms. That's why coders need to take a medical terminology class so that they can understand the language of medicine. Medical terminology, the language of medicine. So when you see terms like this, you'll know exactly what they mean. All right, those are your three questions. The term pneumomediastinum describes what condition? Question number 2. How often does CMS release updates for HCPC Level 2 codes? And the third question. 67-year-old man is admitted with acute dehydration secondary to nausea and vomiting that is due to acute gastroenteritis. He is treated for dehydration. Okay, guys, let's keep studying. I'll see you tomorrow with the answers. Thanks. Don't forget to look in the description box for the link to my medical terminology class. Thanks, guys.